Hello students, welcome to my class. In this video we are going to discuss about the dimensional analysis. So we know that we have three basic or fundamental quantities, which is common fundamental quantities, that is length, mass and time. So these three is the basic and very common quantity that we use. Any other quantities other than this, we have still more some fundamental quantities, and we have the quantities as fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Any derived quantity can be represented in terms of fundamental quantities also. So these fundamental quantities are called the base quantities. These are the base for our physical measurement. So in the world of physical measurement, these fundamental quantities are called the dimensions. So most common thing that we use is these three dimensions. So for length it is indicated by L, for mass it is represented by M, and for time it is T. And mostly for the dimensional analysis, to represent that this one is as a dimension, you have to represent this letter with a square bracket. A square bracket should be given before this symbol so that this represents the dimension. Any of the other derived quantity can be represented in terms of these fundamental quantities. To understand that, let me have an example. Example as velocity. So for velocity, we know that the formula is displacement by time. So displacement is again nothing but the shortest length. So it is shortest length. So this can be represented by length. So it is L, and for time it is T. So the dimension is L by T. For velocity, the dimension would be L and T power minus 1. So this is the dimensional representation for velocity. So velocity is a derived quantity that can be represented in terms of these fundamental quantities. So this is the dimensional representation of the velocity, a derived quantity. So as we know, when we write the dimensional representation, you have to mention these three terms. These are the base of fundamental dimension. So you have to go for, I have L power 1, whereas I don't have mass. So M power 0, and then L I have length value, which is L power 1. So L power 1 and T power minus 1. So this is the general dimension representation for velocity. This one is also right, and this one is also right. So some of the dimensions are in the branch of physics mechanics. The major or base quantities are length, mass and time. For length it is represented as, the dimension is L, for mass M, and for time T. And for electricity, the measurement value is electric current. For length, mass and time, we had the same representation L, M and T, whereas for the electricity, it is, the dimension is given by its unit. The unit of electric current is ampere, so the dimension is given as A. And in the field of thermodynamics, it is, the measure value is temperature, and it is its dimension also given by its unit Kelvin, K. So optics, luminous intensity is a measure value and its unit is candela. So the dimension for luminous intensity is CD or phi. And then for amount of substance, the dimension value is given by its unit mole. So it is mole. So these are the dimension representation of the base of fundamental quantities, from which you can represent the other derived quantities. Dimensional formula and equation. So dimensional formula is an expression which shows how and which fundamental unit are required to represent the unit of a physical quantity. Okay, as we know, any quantity can be represented using fundamental unit. Okay, so by this dimensional formula we can know what are the fundamental quantity that are used to represent this derived quantity and how the expression would be. Okay, so as we know, I have already told you in the video, for velocity it is velocity is a derived quantity. So this is the dimensional representation. This is called the dimensional formula. So this is the entire dimensional formula for velocity. Okay, so these are the dimensions. What does that m represents? M represents mass, so we don't have mass. And length, ls, you have 1 power 1, so in the numerator you have length. And time is t power minus 1, which means by time. Okay, so velocity is represented by the quantities length and time. So we can understand this from your dimensional formula. And how it is related? It is length in the numerator and time in the denominator. This is how the quantities measure would be. You can understand this using the dimensional formula itself. So this is what the dimensional formula. So what is that used for? Dimensional formula is an expression. What does it shows? It shows how and which fundamental quantities are used to represent this particular quantity. Okay, similarly you have one more example. I've taken that one as acceleration. So acceleration is equal to, we know the formula as velocity by time. So for velocity we know it is length by time. So velocity is nothing but displacement by time. So displacement is given by length L and time t, and this time, so for on the whole divided by for this time t. Okay, so you have for velocity we've already written the dimensional formula as m power 0, L power 1 and t power minus 1 divided by one more t here. When this t goes to the numerator, it becomes m power 0, L power 1, t power minus 2. As we know, the dimensional representation should be within the square bracket. So this is my dimensional formula for my acceleration. Okay, so when you represent it like this, this is called the dimensional formula. Instead, when you write this dimensional formula itself as an equation, if it has one left hand side and right hand side, if it is like an equation, then that is called as the dimensional equation. Okay, so it is a acceleration is equal to dimensional representation square bracket m power 0, L power 1 and t power minus 2.